I don't really wanna take the time to learn it.
I don't blame you. I don't either, and I work in it. No, I'm kidding. I still go back
Can
to
it help me? I'm 73 and I've got several new ventures in my life that I'm flying by the seat of my pants. My creativity is on high alert.
yeah,
Will it help me in my creativity?
maybe we should ask it.
Hey everybody, I'm Sandy Miller and I would like to introduce you to someone who's very special to me. I have known him all his life. This is my son, Wyatt Miller, and he happens to be a very unique individual who is an expert in something I know virtually nothing about, and that is AI or ChatGPT. He actually writes this stuff. So instead of me trying to say what it is, I would like Wyatt to say what it is he does.
Sure. So I am a card-carrying data scientist. I often say I help make ChatGPT better. That is a very strong
Yeah. What
oversimplification
does
of
that
what I
mean?
do. I don't actually work with ChatGPT. I work with another type of model,
But it does what that does?
but it does what that does. And when I say model, I do mean statistical model, not the kind that struts around on a stage.
Yes,
But
oh,
I
got it.
when I say model, I basically mean in the statistical sense, it's anything where we put something into it, it does something fancy, and we get something back from
Okay.
it. And really, all of these, the Claudes, the Chat GPTs, the Geminis of the world,
Which and
they're
that was my question.
yeah.
There's more than there's not just
Oh, there's a ton.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, no, there's a ton of them, and
How do you know? How do I need to know that? Do
I
I
don't
need to
think
know
so.
there's more than
No.
that there's more than
Um,
ChatGPT out there?
so there are benefits to some of them have benefits, over others. Some are more creative, some are better for coding, some are better for all around usage. And really that's a matter of research. We hear ChatGPT a lot because it is sort of the ubiquitous and original model that's been
Yeah.
used. And but at the same time, there are other ones more for freelancers, more for writers, more
Well, what
for
let's just
all
talk to
those
the people
things.
like your mother
Sure.
who are over 50, way over 50,
Mm.
and not seeing the reason to learn it. It feels
Right.
like one more thing I have to
Yeah.
learn, but could there be a simpler way of going about it and a more beneficial way? Am I looking at this all wrong?
Yeah, so the question that I often hear is, "Should I be using this?" Right? And my favorite phrase for this is, it's a garnish, not a dish." You want to not use this as your sole means of production, of creativity. I was recently in an interview for actually the position I'm in now, and they asked me to write in a language that I had never written in.
Oh,
I had never written in this programming
so
language.
you're like being an audition?
Yeah, and because I kinda I'll admit, I kinda told them takes me only about 2 to 3 days to learn a new coding language,
Oh.
and their response was, "Okay, here's something you've never written in before." And so we get to the interview. I felt very proud of the code that I produced, and one of their final questions was, "Did you use ChatGPT to write this?"
Oh.
My answer was, "Absolutely not." I stick to that answer. I absolutely did not use ChatGPT because I could not call it out when it was wrong. I did
Mhm.
not have the proficiency. I did not have the expertise to say, "Oh, that is the wrong direction for this."
Oh, I see.
So that was when it was my responsibility to go and actually research how to use the language,
Wow.
use it appropriately. Did I make some mistakes? Probably, but my code worked exactly the way I wanted it to
Were
work.
they impressed?
It was a very
You
good
got the
interview.
job.
I did get the job. So, yeah, it was a very good interview. It's a very long story to just say, if you are relying on it, if you are relying on this output as something to build off of, and it's the only thing you're using, you may wanna reevaluate your usage.
Well, how would you check yourself on something like that?
Yeah, for me, if I don't maintain the proficiency to understand what it's telling me,
Yeah,
that's my red flag.
that would be like gobbledygook.
Yeah, so let's consider for a second. Let's say you asked it, "Hey, can you build me a recipe for bolognese?" Cool. And it we know how to cook. right?
We know
I know you and I know how to
we
cook.
know how to
So we know how to cook. So we would be able to understand, okay, maybe bananas don't belong in this, you know? If it messes up,
see, see.
we can call it out and say, that doesn't sound right. But now if I were to ask it, hey, how do I build a jet engine? I don't know how to
Do
call it
bananas
out.
belong in?
I don't know. Does a banana belong in a jet engine? I have no clue. So I am not gonna use any of these models for that. That is not my first stop. My first stop is going to be, let's consult an expert manual, let's consult an expert book, let's go to expert blogs, websites, those sorts of things.
Oh my gosh. All right. So let's take this down even a couple simpler notches. What's the first reason that comes to mind that I should learn ChatGPT or I should use it?
Yeah. So should is a word that I have I struggle with my relationship to that word. Should you learn this? Right now, I would liken it to social media.
Oh,
Even though, yes, two very different platforms, two very different methodologies, but I would liken that a lot to social media. Should you be on social media?
mm-hmm.
Should you be involved in social media?
Right. I see.
Right? It's a very complex question
Mm-hmm.
because if you are trying to market yourself, then yeah, you probably should be on social
Mm-hmm.
media. And we don't even know the right questions to ask ourselves. Should I be
Right.
working in AI? We don't even, at least with social media, we can say, should I be using this to market myself? That's a great response. That's a
Yeah.
great way to answer. Yes, you should be using this to market yourself. Whereas with ChatGPT, we don't even know, or excuse me, the AI models of the world, we really don't know what it should be used for right now.
So that's a hard question to answer if we
It
don't know what it
really
should
is.
be used for.
It really is, and I wish I had a better answer. Even I work in it, and
You work in it
I
and
don't
you
have a
don't
good
know.
answer to that. Yeah.
Well, that's bizarre, don't you think? I mean
No.
that it's such an
Mm,
unknown and it's so big.
yeah.
Why are we so impressed with it if it's such an unknown?
I will say
Should we be terrified?
no, 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 not at all. The I of AI is kind of a misnomer. I'm hoping that any of my compatriots watching this would agree with this. It doesn't have the ability to extrapolate. In other words, it doesn't have the ability to think outside of itself. It can only
Huh,
interpolate. So it
that's
can only,
interesting.
yeah, it can only think with things that it's seen before. It's actually multidimensional,
Okay.
but all of those dimensions are based on things that it's seen before. So it doesn't have the ability to think outside the box. It actually doesn't even have the ability
Unless
to
you give it
think
a box.
unless you give it a box. Yeah, you define the box.
You tell it where to go.
Exactly. So it does not have the ability to think. That let I want to really dispel that. It really doesn't have the ability
That
to
is a
think.
good thing to
Yeah,
dispel.
for instance, it is trained on the majority of human knowledge, meaning these models are they look at human knowledge and they distill it down to mathematics. That is the model.
Mhm.
This giant ball of mathematics sitting out there, that is the model. And we give it stuff and it gives us stuff back. And then it turns those into sentences. Here's an example. If I ask you, what is 2 plus 2?
3, 4.
How did you get to that answer?
Well, I knew it.
You knew it, right? You recalled it from memory.
I did.
What is 37 plus 2?
At 39,
How did you get there?
I recalled it from memory.
Did you?
No,
Okay.
I added it and then I
You
learned
added it.
about it.
Exactly. You added it. You added it. So you know how to add.
I do.
I promise I'm not trying to oversimplify this.
Okay.
It These models don't know how to add.
Really?
They don't know anything like that. In the majority of human knowledge, which is what these things are trained on, 2 plus 2 tends to equal 4.
Tends to.
Let's pretend for a second.
Oh,
Let's pretend for a second that 80% of textbooks, 80% of anything out there says 2 plus 2 equals 5.
oh,
Yeah, that is what it knows now.
oh.
Yeah.
And which brings to mind the other thing that we had talked about previously about confiding anything in it that if I give it some private information that
Mhm.
about something I'm writing about, I have a creative project and no one knows about it but me. If I write about this,
Yeah.
am I in danger of it stealing my idea?
Really good question. Yeah, I always want to emphasize, if you don't want anything out there, don't put it out there. Like let's as a first rule of thumb, that's a really good rule
Yeah.
to follow.
Okay.
So these models are trained, right? And they're They're giant, they're big, they're expensive. They use a lot of really expensive hardware, but they're static. Once they're trained, they're trained. So
They
when
don't expand.
they don't expand, they don't get bigger. They really can't, given the way that they kind of have to
So they're not
exist.
learning.
They're not learning. So now there are layers in between us and the model. And when I say us and the model, I am talking about consumer grade interfaces. So when we go to ChatGPT and we type something in, from the point that I type something in to the point where it actually goes to that model, there's about 17 different layers that it goes through. And those layers, they try to make sure that it's not breaching copyright. They try to make sure that it is responding in a way that's relevant. They have all of these safeguards, all of these things that happen between us and the model that make sure that it gets a relevant response. But when it comes to you submitting copyright, when it comes to you submitting your material, my understanding is that that is account bound.
Hmm.
So it may trickle through that model, but it doesn't necessarily get saved in that model.
Can it lie to you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So it can tell you something that isn't true?
I think your question may have been, can it intentionally lie to you?
That is my question.
Yeah, yeah. So, because if you ask it to lie to you, it'll lie to you. Yeah, absolutely. It has a very strong confirmation bias toward the user. So it likes to do what you ask it to do.
Yes, tell
Yeah.
me more about that.
Yeah. So if you ask it, tell me I'm pretty.
Oh, you can
It's gonna oh, yeah. I ask it that every morning. And it's gonna exude a lovely response for you.
Really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We have to
Um,
try this.
yeah, no, it's great. Awesome ego booster. And it will tend to side on a confirmatory bias. What I mean by that is if you ask it certain questions, like, for instance, am I breaking any rules? Or do you think I have this medical condition?
Oh,
Yeah. Or
that brings up another good.
yeah. Or am I infringing on anybody's copyright?
Mm.
It will err on the side of confirmatory bias toward us.
You know how when you
Yeah.
get some kind of a owie, you don't know what it is, and you look it up on Google?
Yeah, you WebMD it. This is definitely not the place you wanna do that. There are reasons that these come with warnings. Do not use this for medical advice. Do not use this for
Do
legal
they come
advice.
with
Oh, they
where?
absolutely do.
I haven't seen
Oh,
those warnings.
they are there. They are absolutely there.
This sounds awful,
Mm.
but I heard somebody say once they think doctors are using it. Do you think doctors are using it for medical advice?
So this goes back to my adage of it's a garnish, not a dish, right? If doctors are using it solely for their practice, that I do not agree with.
Right.
But if they are using it to say, I see these conditions, I see these symptoms, and I just can't think of what this could be.
So feedback is different.
Yeah, I could see that being a valuable tool.
Yeah, I see what you're
I
saying.
really could see that as a valuable tool,
Mhm.
but relying on it solely for
Yeah.
medical advice is not.
That's scary.
That is very scary. That is not something I would ever recommend
Right.
anybody do, ever,
Right.
ever. Same with
Yeah.
legal advice. It is not
Right.
a lawyer.
No, it's not.
It is not a lawyer. It doesn't understand nuance. It doesn't understand.
What about relationship advice?
That's interesting. Again, confirmatory bias.
Which means
It's
in
going to
layman's terms,
it's going to side with you.
it's gonna try to please me.
It's going to side with you. ChatGPT or any of these models is very difficult at on a naive question, unless you say, "Be mean to me," unless you preface with,
Well,
"I want you," yeah. I it's going to generally side with you in a lot of those arguments. Now, if you flip the script a little bit and say, what I almost said was, "Am I being irrational?" Nope. It will side with you.
It would
It
still,
will
yeah.
side with you.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see,
yeah.
so
No, you're perfectly safe.
yeah, exactly. So in that case, one very safe way to propose that would be, this is what person A did, this is what person
Oh,
B
okay.
did. How do you feel
Take
about
the
this?
prejudice out of it.
Now, the unfortunate side to that is you have a bias toward yourself. I have a bias toward myself. So person A is probably going to look better than person B. And so in that case, it may still have a confirmation bias that you baked into it. But at least you know it's not the fault of ChatGPT at that point.
All
So,
right. I think I've already asked this, but I'm asking it again. In 3rd grade English, why should I bother? How will it help me personally?
yeah. So
I don't really want to take the time to learn it.
Mhm. It is, I don't blame you. I don't either, and I work in it. No, I'm kidding. There's no should here. I still go back
Can
to
it help me? I'm 73 and I've got several new ventures in my life that I'm flying by the seat of my pants. My creativity is on high alert.
yeah,
Will it help me in my creativity?
maybe we should ask it.